all of the things that I have to do that keep me busy, I think help me with the diet side, because if I'm busy, I'm still thinking about that I'm hungry, but I'm distracted from wanting to constantly snack and things like that. So when I get really into prep and it's almost showtime and like my carbs are low and I'm really starving, sometimes I'm just like, I just got to go to sleep. I'm out of macros for the day. I'm hungry. I'm cranky.
Yeah.
I got to go to bed.
Yeah. Well, I commend you on that because that's not easy. I couldn't be a bodybuilder. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I mean, I tried to like go to the military, but it didn't work out. I tried to do like the Air Force. I'm not the Air Force. I'm sorry. Your Air Force just came to mind. But I tried the Marines and the Army, but I
Okay.
couldn't pass that test. I couldn't pass the ASVAB test. I think I wasn't focused. I wasn't good at math. Like the reading, yeah, maybe. Like sometimes the reading would be off. But then I would read and practice reading, but the math, it's just not my cup of tea.
That's
And
that's everybody's weak part. Their
yeah,
hardest thing for most people is the math. That's what gets everyone that doesn't do well on it. It's usually the math.
yeah. I remember I took like one, like they had me sit down to take like the test when you first like come in and stuff, and then I don't know, I just jotted down anything. And so the guy, he looked at it, he was like, "Did you just rush this? Do you rush through this?"
He's like, "Did you even try?"
Yeah, I was like, "Nah, I guess."
It happens.
Yeah, so but I mean that's cool. Like do you do like do you have like drill sergeants and stuff in the Air Force?
So we do. Ours are called training instructors.
Yeah,
But every branch has a similar basic training. Obviously, I say similar as in like we have the same, roles and functions and stuff. So we have that, but ours is a lot less intense than some of the other branches. But yeah, we
yeah,
have those.
yeah. You ever try to do like try to be a pilot or anything like that, or you just did
A
something
lot of
else?
people think that everyone in the Air Force is a pilot or
Uh,
flies in a plane.
yeah.
I'm in recruiting, so
Okay.
I don't do anything like that. But before I did recruiting, I was a budget analyst. So I spent the Air Force's money. Um, but you have to be an officer to be a pilot, which I am not. But yeah, no, that's a big misconception. A lot of times people think that
Yeah.
everyone in the Air Force is a pilot. And
Yeah.
sometimes people ask the question a lot, like if you're working events, people keep asking you the same questions over and over. So sometimes, we like to just mess with people and we just say, yeah. We're like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a
I
pilot.
could
This is what I
imagine.
fly.
Yeah, I
Because
could
they ask
imagine
so
people
much, you
actually.
just say yes. You're like, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could imagine people asking you the same thing. You gonna just say yeah. So I ain't mad at you. As a citizen, I appreciate the sacrifices you are making for this country. Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
yeah. So like when working out, like when did you realize you started gaining muscles and results and all that stuff?
It takes a little bit before you're going to start seeing it, right?
Yeah,
Especially when you're not real lean. So it's funny if you go through my camera roll and just scroll, it's just like selfie after selfie after selfie. So sometimes, like on my TikTok and stuff, people are posting or comments like, "Oh, you're just vain," like blah blah blah. But honestly, if you take the selfies to look back now, like I want to take the time actually to go through and make like a montage of like where it started to now. My phone actually kind of does it for me once in a while. It'll say like, "Hey, this is a similar pose. Look at this photo versus this one." So to see kind of how it started versus how it's going now, it's amazing and it's super motivational. Um, but I remember when I first just started seeing like a little tiny baby muscle, I was super excited. And now to look back at those pictures, I'm like, what? I didn't have any muscle. So every day you just gotta keep growing, keep getting better, keep pushing. Um, so yeah, it's
yeah.
good to see the gains.
Yeah. How far do you see yourself competing? I know it's early for you, but I'm just curious.
Well, you say it's early, but I got a late start. I didn't start bodybuilding until I was 37 years old. I don't know how much longer I have, but
So
like I
you're in
said,
your 40s?
what's that?
You're in your 40s?
I just turned 40 in
Oh,
December.
okay. I'm 49,
So,
so I turned it.
well, thanks.
Yeah.
But my goal is to get my IFBB Pro card, which I will get it. It's just a matter of when. Hopefully at the next show, but if not, then me and the coach will talk about it. We'll make a plan and we'll keep going for it. So I think that's one of those traits that the Air Force really gave me is like determination. And I not a quitter. So I will go and go and go and I'll keep trying. Like I might not always succeed the first, second, third, fourth, 10th time, but I will not quit. So my goal is to get my pro card. And then I know once I do get it, you're in a whole different class now, right? Now I'm not competing against amateurs anymore. It'll be competing against pros, which they're on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Um,
It's cool.
so I'll have to obviously take some time to grow and fit the criteria for the pro bikini division. Um, but that's something I'll just have to work out with my coach when we cross that bridge.
Right.
Um, but I've got no reason to stop, especially once I make it to the pro level. Um, like I'm excited. Like so, competing is fun. It is very expensive. It's a very expensive hobby, I say, to get into,
Yeah, it is.
but it's awesome. It gives you a goal to work towards. So if you have a show that you're like, hey, this is what I'm going to work towards, um, I think that helps you dial in and focus because you have like a date, like, okay, I got to meet this goal by this date versus you just being in the gym, be like, oh, like, we'll see. Like, having a show in mind will keep you motivated.
Yeah. So, Air Force 5-star meals and clean satin sheets. I heard that from Jaron. Okay.
I mean, it's true. We got all the best things. We're the spoiled branch.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like not everybody, crazy about bikini. They feel that women's bodybuilding, they get the short end of the stick. Like this the I don't know you heard, but the Wings of Strength, they not really like folk on women's bodybuilding. It's not the focus of the show like that. Then yeah, so I mean, they now and then they have like the fitness division, the fitness model division also. So
Yeah.
it seemed, I don't know, like what's your thoughts on it? I mean, do you pay attention to the other divisions?
So I do a little bit. I'm not obviously super up to speed on everything, but there's a
Yeah,
lot of girls and influencers that I follow that are wellness and figure and things like that. So I have an appreciation for all of them. People have told me multiple times that I should do figure. Um, I don't know that I'll ever get to that level. For me, bikini is like the perfect because, you want the overall balance, like you still have muscles so the new fit model category, when that came out, I know there's a lot of bikini competitors that are
yeah,
swapping over to that division, and they think that it's more attainable. I say easier, but not really easier, but it's just a more realistic kind of look that people are able to meet that criteria. For me, fit model is not something that I'm ever interested in doing because I
yeah,
like the muscles.
yeah,
I like to be able to see striations, and I know in bikini you don't need to see striations and stuff. Like you can have like a little bit of separation and stuff, but they don't want you to be jacked like you are in figure and the actual physique categories. But I think bikini for me is the perfect balance where
yeah.
upper body, lower body is balanced, still very feminine, really the whole package. So I think that's where I'll probably stay.
Yeah, I mean, you look nice with muscles, like do people ever told you that you looked like too masculine? Like I don't know, like because I know there's people, there's women that they talk about how people criticize them about having muscles or too much muscles. I mean, do you ever go through that?
So I've definitely received comments and stuff before from people, mostly online, people that I don't know,
Yeah,
that say girls shouldn't have muscle, women shouldn't have muscles, that you look manly. But like I said, when I first started, I was always like, well, I don't want muscles either. We can agree to disagree. I love the muscular look, and I don't think that it's manly. I think in today's age too, there's been such a shift where it's a lot more accepted for women to have more muscles. Um, but if you knew me, like you would know that I don't really care really what other people think. So they can say what they want to say. Like I do this for me. Like I like how it looks. So just because somebody else doesn't, okay, doesn't hurt my
yeah,
feelings. I'm doing what
yeah.
makes me happy.
Yeah. I mean, I just asked because a lot of women they do get the criticism and stuff.